And welcome back. It's eventually late. I'm your host, Brent Carlson. We start out the show tonight with a party like it's 1969. Well, almost. While NASA is on track to send astronauts back to the moon this year, they are already setting their sights toward our next door neighbor, Mars. Now, a few details have been revealed about the months-long trip, but one rumor that has leaked out is that it will be an all-female flight crew, which is on purpose in order to eliminate any risks of sexual tension in the co-ed environment. So apparently NASA is going to scissor their way to the red planet. And that's got the red planet, so many bad connotations there with all female. Okay. Well, big city streets are getting harder to walk down as protesters from multiple causes are even starting to clash with each other. A group of anti-ICE protesters got into it with a group of Free Palestine protesters on the New York City sidewalks. Now, this is reportedly the first ever video of actual assholes fighting each other. I've never seen one. But this is, like I said, the first. Well, the anti-ICE protesters have gained yet another ally as the National Parent-Teacher Organization has announced its support for illegal immigrants and their children. In order to fight ICE, the PTA will only allow border enforcers to deport illegal immigrant children after they have collected $1,000 donations that will help buy new trays for the St. Paul cafeteria. So they're compromising. You got to learn to compromise in an educational environment. Well, in solidarity with the PTA, hundreds of students at a Meadowbrook High School in Georgia walked out of their classrooms to protest ICE. While the students may have their First Amendment down pat, they may want to walk out during algebra and English too, as only 6 and 16% of the student body is proficient in both math and reading respectively. It may explain the out ICE and the 2 + 2 = 69 posters. Maybe I'm 6%. Well, to add even yet another block to the Jenga protester tower, it seems that some in the nursing field have threatened to retaliate against ICE and their MAGA supporters. A Virginia Commonwealth University nurse was fired after posting a video where she suggested nurses should spike saline or other paralytics into suspected MAGA supporter IVs. It did, after all, work out really good for Kathy Bates, but not so good for James Caan. That was a creepy one. Oh. Well, now it's time to pause and remind everybody out there that it's time to like, subscribe, and to hit that notification bell, like the trailer house wife that it is. And as the police arrive to take you in, be sure to tell them too. Well, now these next jokes will be in honor of one of our favorite late night comedians, Norm Macdonald. Donald Trump is planning to launch a new study on the scourge that is drug addiction. The plan is to find current users and learn about their experiences. Many users have already answered this survey, and when they were asked about their first time using drugs, they all replied with the same answer: "It feels great." Well, here closer to home, a Lubbock, Texas seafood restaurant was busted for the promotion of prostitution in a sting operation conducted last month. Bi-Woo Lee and Fu Gao were arrested at their business, Hot and Juicy Seafood, and booked into the Lubbock County Jail. In a press conference, police were asked what gave away the couple's illicit operation. The chief said, "Oh yeah, they worked at Hot and Juicy Seafood." Seems obvious. Well, the immigrant couple wasn't the only ones in hot water, as many men were also arrested and charged with solicitation of prostitution. When the suspects were asked why they came to these places for services, they all replied with the same answer: It feels great. Well, McDonald's is going all out this Valentine's Day as they are rolling out caviar for a more elegant touch to add to their romantic meals of special sauces. They're calling it the "You'll Always Be Lonely" value meal. Thanks, Norm. We love you. I think you'd be proud. Well, the Olympics are just around the corner, and controversy is already in full effect after Dutch speed skater Jutta Leerdam is getting criticized for the photos she posted of herself traveling to the games on a private jet instead of with her team, which flew commercially. Oh well. Well, the long track specialist made more headlines after she announced her engagement to professional boxer Jake Paul. In this file photo, we can see the newly engaged couple as they try to speak English to each other for the first time. That's a hard one to learn. Gold medals just don't seem to do it for some people, even Olympians, as former Canadian snowboarder Ryan Wedding seemed to need even a little bit more powder. In fact, Wedding, now captured, is alleged to be one of the largest narco traffickers apprehended since Pablo Escobar and El Chapo. Early on in his empire, Wedding wasn't directly suspected, but there were signs. Here are just a few of his fellow Olympians apparently partaking heavily in his product. Well, just in case you've been feeling unimportant and down, you might need to go to the Core Power Yoga Studio in Minneapolis and see how easy it is to be the most self-important, narcissistic twat you can be. A dozen white, spandex, and camel toe-clad women filmed themselves berating a pair of the studio's employees for taking down an anti-ICE poster that was taped to the front door. I have no more commentary for this story other than to say if you're looking to last longer in bed, just tape this picture to your bedroom ceiling. I'm not doing that. Well, and if that doesn't help, here's also a photo of Andrea Echeverry at the Grammys as she poses as a postpartum basset hound. That's on the same page. And finally, a winter storm warning went out this past week in Hawaii, as up to a foot of snow fell on the Big Island. Forecasters are now giving a 40 to 50% chance of a man in a robe descending from the sky in the next 7-day forecast. And that's everything here from us at Eventually Late. We hope you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and tell your friends. And as always, thanks for joining us.